Hey there, guess what? Today I get to meet a national game show contestant who lives right here in central Pennsylvania. Hopefully I can learn a little bit of his skills so that maybe I can win big someday. Let the games begin.
The goal of Wheel of Fortune, right? A lot of people think is to solve the puzzle as quickly as you can. But the point is to make money. So you want to spin as often as you can. And that's like the risk of it, right? Because you could lose anything in it. You know, I grew up watching game shows. And I watched the TV that my mom watched. And my mom watched a lot of soap operas and game shows. And the game shows were what I gravitated towards because they were fun, right? It was the music and the lights and the excitement and laughing and the knowledge. I grew up loving words and loving trivia. I learned how to read using Scrabble tiles.
During his Oscar acceptance speech, what director exclaimed, "I'm the king of the world"?
James Cameron.
You're positive? Okay.
James Cameron.
The correct answer is James Cameron.
All right. But as I got older, I started to appreciate the broadcasting aspect of it because it takes a certain kind of person to be a really good host. It takes somebody who knows how to keep a conversation going, but also know that there's something else to be done. There's a game to be played.
Yesterday, Christian Carrion, this guy over here, said he'd rather have my job on the show than $1 million. Well, if you're so good, let's see what you got.
I'm Christian Carrion from New Haven, Connecticut. $5,000 in my pocket, 10 questions away from $1 million. Join us as we play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
When I was younger, I had a really pronounced stutter. And there was one day that my parents brought me to a speech pathologist. And the speech pathologist taught me if I take a pause and breathe, the words will come out. Because he looked at it as my brain is working so fast and the words are sort of bottlenecking right here. And that really changed my life. And it's something that I think about to this day and something that I employ to this day.
Wow. I'm honestly fascinated with your journey and also the prizes that you've been able to win along the way as a game show contestant.
It's been a few. Yeah, for sure.
Christian Carrion, come on now. It's a lovely sofa.
When I went to The Price is Right, I had my sights on a car. I brought back a sofa and a year's supply of eye drops. And when I was on Millionaire my freshman year of college, I won $15,000. I was on Hollywood Squares, and that paid for the date with the woman who's now my wife. And most recently, when I was on Match Game in 2018, I won $5,000.
You got this.
The $5,000 answer is...
Once you become a contestant on one show, it's almost like you're in now. You're part of that network. And so they look for somebody who can, you know, think on their feet. I think somebody who's really excitable, somebody who will treat winning in a really fun way, but also treat losing in a fun way.
The obvious answer, got to be a player.
It's team mascot. Jillian just made $4,000. Christian, it was so close. I'm sorry. You played an amazing game. It came down to that last question. We've got to say goodbye. It was a pleasure to meet you, but Christian, you've been eliminated.
All right, so at the end, the final round, they always give you R, S, T, L, N, and E. So those are the ones that I go for first, like in this part, because they're valid throughout the English language. They're pretty common.
Good
so I'm going to
strategy.
start with a T. I've always wanted to be a game show host. That's always been my lifelong dream. And so everything that I've done in my life is with that goal in mind. And so I started trying to think about what I could do that would satisfy that desire to be in front of people and to be that welcoming sort of person and be that person that gets to interact with all kinds of people. And it was almost like the answer was planted literally in front of our apartment. There was this luxury hotel that was looking for a front desk agent. And this is a job where I get to meet people from all over the world. I get to dress like the person that I want to be. I even get to give out free things once in a while. And in that way, I've been completely satisfied in my professional career. I mean, do I still want to be a game show host? Yeah, yeah. But you know, in the meantime, I feel fulfilled. I really love my job.
Wow.
Bang and bang. You see it yet?
Hot.
I had rice-a-roni coming out of my ears. They were delivering.
When the pandemic hit in 2020, I bought a microphone. I bought a box of soundproof foam. I lined the closet with the foam, put the microphone in, and suddenly I had a studio. And so 2 years later, the National Archives of Game Show History is gearing up to open a physical space at the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester. I had this idea that I have this podcasting experience, I have this journalistic experience, I have this game show experience. What if I did the podcast that I was doing, but I was talking to people who were also game show contestants? The goal was to kick somebody off and embarrass them.
Well, Greed, we did Greed too. Greed was very much, a nasty show.
I'm contractually obligated to say Greed was a wonderful, brilliant show. And so right now I am working on 1 episode a week. I'm the host and producer and researcher, and I'm having the time of my life talking to people. So you go, Hot Wheels, Pocket, Race. Wait a second, it's not Race Car. Yes! No way! Wait a second. Is it Pocket Raceway? That's a thing, right? Pocket Raceway is a thing?
It is.
I guess so. Okay. Oh, I swore it was Race Car.
Wow.
I swore it was Race Car. That was a...
You were going to solve this one.
Yeah, me neither.
Thanks for leveling up with me today with a national game show contestant. For The Spark, I'm Aniya Faulcon. Game over.